Oh my gosh, hey maker. So happy you're here, and I am so excited to show you this because it's been an effort, I'm gonna be honest, to get this space how I wanted it. And you know when you have a vision and it's just like you want it to come true and you're willing to work really hard to get it to go that way, but it is a lot of work to make what's in your head a reality. Well, it's finally here, and I am happy to give you the final grand tour of my updated sewing space. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was worth the effort, it was worth the displacement, which was a big part of it. And I'm happy to kind of show you around and give you an idea of what my space is like. First things first, once I had my room, the walls painted and everything done like that, it was time to put furniture back into the room. Now I will tell you, the one piece that I literally lusted after is this massive craft table in the middle. I love this piece of furniture. I found it online, I found it on Wayfair, and I just fell in love with it. I stalked this piece of furniture online, and I knew this is the piece of furniture I was going to build my room around. So after that, I needed to find the perfect pieces to go with this massive piece, because this was going to be the centerpiece of the room. I wanted other pieces of furniture that weren't going to take up too much space. One of these was this craft tower. I love it for organizing my stuff. I have most of my Cricut stuff on it. It is perfect. It has a pegboard on one side. It has this cute push pin board on the other. It has awesome shelves and drawers for shelving. It is perfect. I love this thing. So that was great for organizing those things. Perfect in that corner. Finally, I like to work on a desktop. I know I'm weird, I'm old-fashioned, but I needed to find a computer hutch that would look nice, but also I could close up and it would just look like a nice piece of furniture. And I could not find it. I looked and looked, and finally I found it in the classifieds, bought it, painted it the color that I wanted it to be, added some contact paper on the inside to make it look extra beautiful and colorful when you opened it. And I love this piece of furniture. It is perfect for working at for my desk, and that I can close it up and it looks nice. It just adds to it. I love this piece of furniture. All right, now that I had all those pieces of furniture decided on, it was time to get to the fun part of decorating. Now, one of the things I will tell you is a big part of like finalizing the space was decorating it. And as you can see on my shelves behind me, I'll kind of show you more close up what those things look like. But I'm really happy. It was fun to add color, because one of the things that I did is I had a very gray palette. It was gray and white, and I wanted to add some, colors, some personality to it. So I'm going to show you how I added those pops of color, maybe give you a few ideas for decorating your sewing space, and also kind of show you my philosophy and what I kind of settled on when I was decorating my space. Now, one of the first things I'm going to show you is I have, of course, my Fleece Fun sign back here. I actually have a tutorial. I'm going to show you how to do that. Really happy with how it turned out. It was just really bright and colorful, and it kind of brings in the color theme. It was just kind of that rainbow prism look that I really liked. I was kind of inspired by the paper that's on the interior of my desk, and I wanted to kind of reflect that throughout the room. So as you see throughout the room, I have these kind of pops of prism colors throughout the room, and it's even, if you look at my photos, you can see that it's in my photos as well, all those bright colors, just to make it really cheerful. I have these giant buttons. I actually did that tutorial a while ago. I'll link to it, so if you want to make giant buttons, you can too. They're just foam discs that I shaped and added some things to make giant buttons, and a lot less expensive than some of the decorator buttons you can buy, and weigh a lot less too. Like, they're not these massive clay discs that can be kind of scary. Some other fun things that I have around here, I have some cute art that I got on Etsy. Love to support people on Etsy. I also have these I actually made these for a birthday baptism thing that we had, but these flower pots were bright and colorful, and they work in the room. So hey, I got to use them again, which is great. And of course, cut out all those flowers using my Cricut maker, and it's just a styrofoam ball on top of a colored mason jar with flowers put in. It's very simple, but it adds a nice pop of color and decor to it. The other thing that I did in this room is, because I knew I was going to be using it for filming, but I didn't want it to feel like a studio. I didn't want to feel like cords were just hanging everywhere. And I wanted to cover them up so they just at least looked a little more tidy and nice, and not so haphazard like they can in some studios. So one of the things I chose to do was to cover my cords, just so while they're obvious there's a line of fabric there, at least they look a little more tidy and nice, like I thought about it. A couple of other things that I did is that I knew, of course, when I was filming, I would be at my desk here talking to you, and I wanted to make sure that the things that I saw behind the camera were inspiring. So I'm going to kind of show you what I see when I'm filming. That monitor mounted to the wall is actually so I can see the overhead camera, so I can see how the framing is and stuff, and it makes it a lot easier than trying to see like the little flip out on the camera. I can actually see on the monitor what's going on, and made it a little prettier so it looked nice. And that was kind of my thing. I wanted it to be a studio, but I didn't want it to feel like a studio, because studios often are just black, and while things usually are tidy, it just doesn't feel very girly or warm or friendly necessarily. And this is my space in which I spend a lot of my time working. I wanted it to feel good, warm, and I wanted to have it be a very positive space. And I also love that the way it's designed, that if I want to change out the decor, it's really easy. So I can change out what's on my shelves. I can change out what's around the monitor if I want to. If I want to kind of change the color palette, it's really easy to do. So that's what my space looks like. I hope you enjoyed looking at what I did to overhaul it and the process and kind of my thinking behind it. I would love to hear about what your space is like. Where do you like to sew? Do you take over the dining room table? Do you have a little closet where you keep all your supplies? I want to know what your sewing space is like. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to give a thumbs up, and hey, subscribe to this channel because I'm adding videos all the time.